Hello, fellow people, humans of the earth. I am coming to bring you a video. Something crazy happened today. I accidentally wore one of my socks inside out for several hours today. It was a humiliation of who I am as a person. So I got my car back from the shop, and they didn't fix what they said they fixed, unfortunately, which is a bunch of baloney. I went to get the bumper fixed, as well as the horn and a headlight reconnection. They got knocked loose from the crash or whatever. They replaced like the glass dome piece around the light, but didn't actually fix the light. It's really weird that they would do that, but it's not working. It did temporarily work when I left the lot. What happened is I checked the car over, and the horn and the light were still not working, the low beam on the one side. So told them about it. They changed some fuses, and they worked, and now the horn still works, but the light isn't anymore. So I think there's some kind of wiring issue. It wasn't it was the fuse for the horn apparently, but some kind of electrical surge from like a wire being smushed together or disconnected or melting or something during the accident happened. And when they changed the fuse, it obviously was a temporary fix to get me off the lot, but it's disconnected again. I checked the fuse, and that the fuse is actually not burnt. So like, I don't know why it worked temporarily for a day and now it's not, but something's knocked loose and I have to go back in. I sent them an email. It's the weekend. They're not going to get back to me. Probably not even by Monday, but Tuesday. And the lady there really hated me, like was really on some shit. Like, I don't know if she misread my tone or if I reminded her of somebody that she knew or what it was going on, but she was immediately engaged in some kind of pissing contest with me, thinking that I was arguing with her, which I wasn't. I was like really calm the whole time. And she was busy with like 4 or 5 people at once. Like, I understand, people get swamped with shit. And she's it was kind of weird. Like, how you, like, if you're working like customer service, and like if you're like working for a phone company or an internet company like GoDaddy or something like that, and there's a website down, you have some Karen that calls and starts yelling at you. It was kind of reverse that. It was like I was a nuisance to even show up with a damaged car to like a fucking like a auto body shop to get it fixed. It was really weird behavior on her part, and I don't really even want to go back there. But it has a guarantee, and I don't know if she's even going to honor it because she was really weird. Like, because she was pressing me repeatedly to sign that everything was fixed before I checked the car. So I checked the car, and like there's things wrong. They like scratched the door. I got it buffed out. Like, it wasn't a big deal to me because I have scratches all over the outside of the car already anyways. But she was really making a big deal out of it, and they fixed the 2 things, like 2 out of 3 things that should have been fixed the first time because they were why I was there and they're in the email and they're part of the quote and everything, but weren't fixed. So then they fixed them. One is still unresolved apparently now, but so then I signed off on that, and like when like the technician was like turns the car on to like check to see if like the headlight's working now, like she ran up and like took the key out of the ignition and was like yelling he didn't pay yet. Like she thought I was like some sort of homeless person or something, that I was gonna like steal my own car or something. I don't know exactly what was going on through her head, but it was really weird, and she's not thinking clearly. But that's the person that I have to go back to, and like I'm paranoid now. Like I don't know if she's paranoid about me, but now it's making me paranoid about her. Like, am I going to go back and they're going to like, drill holes in something? Like how pathological is this lady? But anyways, that's kind of where I'm at with the car. And it really, the biggest thing about the car situation thingamajig doohickey here is that the bumper being broken wasn't bothering me. It was still attached by the clips. It was of no hazard. The horn was bugging me because it's like a safety feature. But the main thing that was bugging me is the light, because I can't drive at night. I can't, go out of town. I can't do anything. And it was really the light that made me go to get it fixed, because the bumper I didn't really care too much about. And even the bumper, like I could have even, got a bumper on Rock Auto or whatever, wholesale site and just try to do it myself. Like it might not have worked, because you'd have to keep going back and troubleshooting and ordering attachments if they were bent or whatever. But I mean, I could have did that and it would have been, no big deal for me. But the big deal for me was, going through and looking at every wire and every connection in the car, trying to figure out and troubleshoot the headlight, which was the main concern of mine. And they didn't even try to do it. Like I had to mention it, and they were trying to like push paperwork on me to sign immediately that everything was fine. And it was just a really weird experience. And I think, I don't know, that's just life. But, it annoys me that, people just take crap out on you. Like just do what you're supposed to do and move on. Like you're getting paid, it's your job. Like if you don't like your job, find a new job. I don't know. But I mean, I'm even talking to myself there. I think it's talking to everyone there. Like, I mean, I'm not too thrilled about my job either. Like I'm kind of in the same boat. Like I'm not, teeing off on customers. Like I'm not, being kind of all this weird passive. She was really rude too. And she like immediately, like even when I first dropped off the car, like the first comment was like, this car is like worthless. I have like a nicer car. Like that was the gist of what she was saying. She's like, oh, I have a brand new car. This is an old car. It's probably a write-off. And like, it wasn't a write-off. And like, she just kept saying like shit like that over and over and over again. And she was like kind of really trying to get like a rise out of me. And I was just like, it's a car. I like my car. Like just fix my car. But anyways, weird. So I have a spider. I changed the soil, moved it's over there, moved some stuff around, a tarantula. I think she's happy. It's a female tarantula. I know that because of the lifespan. I've had the tarantula for an absurd long time. Like, I don't know if anyone's had an aquarium and the fish just kind of die or they get sucked in the filter or, but this tarantula I think I've had literally for like 15 or 16 years. It's a spider that's lived. I don't know how long they live, maybe to 20 or something, but I hope that she keeps living because that's kind of cool. Like, I mean, it's outlived 2 dogs, which is crazy because it's like an insect. I don't know if it literally is an insect, a tarantula, but it's about this big and it's insect-like for sure. So it's kind of crazy, but did that, and I went out just down around my area for a little bit here and got some air. Making the video now. I got to do the dishes. I'm going to go to church tomorrow and then work on Monday. So I got a few things going on. I was doom scrolling today, a lot of doom scrolling. And not even like, it's not even doom scrolling anymore. Like when somebody says like doom scrolling, you think that they're just like looking at like all this kind of like political content, or are they, looking at, the stuff that they shouldn't be looking at, you know what I mean, type shit. But it's not even that. Like, I'm literally at the point where I'm opening apps and immediately closing them without even looking at anything, and then just swiping my homepage and then going in an app and then just closing it and then swiping again, going in an app and closing it. Like, I'm doing that over and over and again, and I'm not even looking at what's inside the app like a lot of the time. So that's actually like an OCD mental illness thing at this point. It's not even like trying to get a dopamine hit. It's just a compulsion that's completely unhinged and unmitigated at this point, where it's devolved into not even watching YouTube videos, but just opening YouTube and then closing it, and that's taking time. It's actually gotten to that point, which is bizarre, and it feels like there's a hole in my brain when I'm doing it. So that's not good, and I gotta figure out a way to deal with that. But I do have actual clinical OCD and some other stuff too, and the phone and social media is really, it enforces it. Like, the whole society that we have now is obsessive and compulsive. It's enforcing like OCD habits in people that don't have it, and then people that do have it, I think it's just, I don't know if I'm the only one, but it feels like a hole is being drilled in my brain. And there is no real way to get back to the land, or to, romanticize, like, get back to the land. Like, farmers are making less money than ever. Things like, even if you're like a farmer, you're probably on social media, promoting your farm, trying to get into like a higher retail market to make money, right? So everyone's kind of just hooked on to content and scrolling, and it's just the way that life is now, and it's had a profoundly negative effect on the way that I regulate myself. Not alone in that, I know for sure. And it's kind of weird because I'm doing this streaming now, which is, it's kind of like the reverse. Like, I'm the user and the dealer at some point. Like, I don't think streaming is necessarily healthy for society. Like, you can make the argument about data centers consuming water and resources and stuff like that, and job replacement, and that's all true too, but I'm not even talking about that. I'm just talking about literally the act of streaming. And I've said this repeatedly over and over and over again for years on my channel, is you're kind of sitting here and it's like this parasocial schizo posting as the de facto center, because you're sitting here and you're really talking to yourself. You're talking to a camera, but no one else is in the room. So you're kind of, 50 years ago, like, this would be someone in a rubber room right now. They'd be talking, now I just have a microphone and I'm trying to make, monetization off of this. So it's kind of weird. I think streamers are now kind of like a high risk, high reward used car salesman, and you try to make it ethical and have a message to it. And everyone's participating in it. So if you don't participate in it, it still goes on. So you got to try to get your money and your voice out by using it. You can't just kind of pretend it doesn't exist and bury your head in the sand. So it's kind of, it's this weird paradoxical kind of cognitive dissonance that I think I have, and everyone really has, about using social media, is kind of, you have to engage with it. You can't just bury your head in the sand. But we also, I think collectively as a people, know that it's harming us quite a bit. So it's part of kind of the dystopian kind of worldview I think a lot of people have, and that we've created in the last decade or so. So that's kind of my ramble rant vlog for today. Is I opened with kind of a joke that wasn't funny, and I hope people made it past that to get to some of the content that I've put out in this video, mainly about my car and kind of about streaming in general. But I'm still keeping my head up. I think I'm going to get fired pretty soon because we're heading towards a depression, and my employer has wanted to get rid of me for 3 years, and they were I think they were literally waiting for a good time when the job market shifted more away from the worker into the employer, so they could really turn the screw on me and then kind of have some retribution and kind of revenge about me demanding raises, which they did have to give me because they couldn't get anyone. And now it's kind of shifted, and then they can get anyone now because people are really competitive and fighting for jobs right now. So I think we are heading to a depression. I might get fired. I hope that this works. As people that are regular on here know, I got demonetized a while back, so I might do the buy me a coffee thing, which is basically virtual panhandling. I might leave a link for that in the description. See if somebody could send me some money if they're a loyal viewer or whatever. But I'm not even sure exactly what this channel is anymore. I'm trying to fit into a new algo. This was a dog channel at one point. It was a nature channel at one point. I was making like bird chirping kind of soundscapes where I was doing like, the 2-hour loops of like a fireplace. I was trying different things. I did ASMR on here for a while. Then I got into vlogs, and now I'm kind of just trying to do like a generic streaming type thing, but I don't have as much entertainment value and things to talk about as somebody who, obviously came from like a wealthy family and, was plugged in to like a party scene early on. They had like a Mercedes Benz at like 19 or something. Like I've kind of had more of the opposite of that. And I'm kind of hoping maybe somebody wants to hear a stream from kind of a regular guy who had, jobs shoveling snow or whatever, and just kind of shoots from the hip and calls it how he sees it, and play this like a lottery ticket. That's kind of where I'm going with it. I have a lot of opinions. I might try to voice some opinions. It's probably going to be a lot of schizo posting. I've said that before. I'm going to just keep posting until something clicks and it can take off. I don't really know what else to do with my life at this point. I'm kind of at a point where my body isn't breaking down per se, but it's definitely taking longer for me to heal up. I've been in labor roles for most of my life. I don't really want to work, retail, but I have before. I kind of just want to see if this can be a thing, but that's my day. I have to deal with this car nonsense. It's really unfortunate that even happened. It was my fault. It was low speed. It was a rear end. They did brake quite unexpectedly, so it wasn't completely my fault, but at the same time, a rear end always is the person that rear ends the other person's fault, and that's just the way it is. So anyways, like and subscribe if you want to. If you don't have to, obviously. I'm going to make another video right after I close this one off, and it's going to be just kind of talking about like world events. And I hope everyone's doing good, and God bless everybody. I'll be at church tomorrow, and try to be kind to pee-pee, try to be kind to pee-pee, to people, and peace out.